Text-to-speech enabled. Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, Fatbird. Happy Friday afternoon.
It's motherfucking Friday, let's go.
Yep. It is. Oh, 12 after 2 and I'm out of work. That is a good Friday. There was barely anyone at the office today. I showed up this morning thinking, what am I doing here? Where's everyone?
Zava happens to go to the office every Friday, then happens to leave extra early.
Yeah, pretty much.
I stopped working around 2, but I didn't actually get off work until 5.
Well, see, Friday's a good day to go into the office because usually no one's there. So, I mean, not no one's there, but then if you leave early, there's no one like there to see you leave early, and then you could be like, yeah, I was at the office Friday, where were you guys?
Plans. 0.5-hour drive to my closest office. I only go about once a year.
Oh, 3.5, yeah. My job can be done entirely remote, easily, but if I have meetings and stuff, it's kind of nice to, face to face. But weekend plans? Not really, actually. I was gonna go for a ride tomorrow morning, but because I was able to leave so early, I'm probably just gonna go for a super extra long ride today. In-person meeting. And then this weekend on Sunday, my kids go to kids camp for a week. So I get to drop my kids off at camp, and then I'm kidless for a whole week.
Morning, thanks again for rain.
No problem. Of course, Dimitri, the one day I actually do go to the pump track, you are already streaming.
locks.
You change, yeah. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. Our house won't even be dirty or anything. Our kids make 95% of the mess in our house.
My youngest just started his final year of school. The oldest is working. I have the whole house to myself today.
Oh, your final year of school. Oh, I got a few years left. I got one. My oldest daughter is starting grade 8, and my youngest daughter is starting grade 7. So I got a little ways to go still, but kids are like the only thing that makes mess in the house. If kids could pick up after themselves, there would be no mess.
Can't seem to get rid of me long. My youngest is 18. Started early, but also done early.
So pretty much my kids will go away for the week, and the house is gonna look exactly the same when they come back. I told my wife, I think next week we should just eat out every single weekend. Eating out will be cheap if it's only the two of us. Yep, that is true. I feel 80 some days.
I feel 90 and acted sometime with my grumpiness.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I'm definitely at work, slowly turning into like the grumpy guy that no one else wants to talk to. My biggest problem at work is people don't look at stuff or look into it themselves.
Always been the grumpy guy no one wants to talk to.
And if they spent 5 seconds looking into it themselves, they would find the answer. And I don't have any magic at work. I look it up.
Managed to get married is beyond me.
So I usually get pretty grumpy when someone immediately just like asks constant questions that are dumb. And you can tell by their email that they spent zero effort.
Just saw it mentioned in another stream. Kai Cenat caused a massive riot in NYC trying to give away PS5s.
What?
Same. I'm an IT software dev. I just tell people I'm a professional Googler.
That's exactly. I'm not a professional Googler, but I estimate a project. The project gets handed over to a PM. Well, 6 months from now, like when I estimated the project, I looked at the project for maybe 2 weeks. So 6 months from now, a project manager has had 6 months of looking at that project. And they come to me with a question, and I'm like, I haven't looked at this project for 6 months. And they're like, oh, well, where's... So then I have to go into like the program that they have also access to and find the answer. I'm like, I don't know any of these answers off the top of my head. I'm actually looking them up the same way you could look them up.
How do you not remember all the projects?
Yeah, well, it's exactly what they think. I remember everything. I'm like, I've worked on 37 projects since this one that you're asking me about.
Sounds like most managers shit at their job.
It's like, come on now. But it's just easier this day and age, I've noticed, to just ask a question and hopefully someone else will come up with the answer rather than you spending 30 seconds looking.
I don't remember 10 minutes ago.
I don't. No, I don't remember 10 minutes ago, like, at all. I totally, like when people ask me a question, I have to write stuff down because I don't remember 30 seconds later. I'm like, what did they want to know?
You were at work 10 minutes ago, getting on your bike.
Yeah, was I? How did I get here? I'm confused. But yeah.
I leave myself notes in my code at the end of the day because I'll never remember what I was doing tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Well, that's most tech stuff that happens at work too. I totally just Google it. Everyone thinks I'm like this super tech guru. I'm like, no man. How did I find that? Even emails. I get constantly asked, hey, could you send me this document? And I'm thinking, you mean the document that I've sent you 5 times already? So then I just go into my sent folder, find the document that I've forwarded, and then re-forward it, and they're like, oh, thanks so much. I'm like, you realize if you just go and search and type in like the name of the document or even like a keyword, it would come up with it. Oh yeah, I did that. And I'm like, no, you didn't, because it would have been like the first thing that came up. Yeah. Well, it's funny. It's like every company is like that. Like, people just like, I just Google stuff. Oh, how'd you figure out how to do that? I Googled it. I should probably stop telling people that because then they'll be like, oh, he's not actually that smart. He just Googles stuff.
Off topic, your kilometer per hour is going over your distance.
Is it? Oh. I moved them around this morning, thinking that it wouldn't. Actually, I just moved them around.
Not a lot, but a bit.
Okay,
I thought you were going to stack them.
Well, you know what? I had the kilometers first. What the heck is going on here? I had the kilometers first, and then the speed, and I thought...
You're biking too fast, so some numbers are bigger than others.
See, I thought I pinched it down that it wouldn't. Oh, yeah. It shouldn't have shifted over. Oh, well, you just have to all deal with it. It's just the way it is. I thought it made more sense to do speed than distance.
And even the KM will get bigger once it gets to double and triple digits. home.
I wish there was a way to test it. That's the problem, is I was messing with it at work, but there's no way to make it do bigger numbers without actually getting out there and trying.
I am Steve. I'll try to screenshot it later and send you on Discord.
That'd be awesome. I'll go real extra fast at some point.
I think if you go over 21 it'll overlap. Wide numbers.
Oh, and I'm going to go over 21 for sure.
Zap too fast.
I only can go 9 kilometers an hour this whole ride.
And biking too far. This cool little path, but looks more fun biking in the other directions.
Yes, would be.
Sometimes I forget my bike can shift twice at once if I push the lever in far enough.
Oh yeah, you can dump the gears on some of these shifters. I don't know how many this one can do. 4, I think. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 3. You can do 3 at a time. Let's go down that path. I gotta get home and take some ground beef out of the oven, or out of the oven, geez, out of the freezer. I found out after camping that both my kids really like nachos.
I wish my bike could clean itself.
Gee, oh, that would be awesome. I wish I had a machine. It's like,
Nachos are the boobs.
they like hate,
I'm making pad thai for dinner.
oh, my kids both don't like cheese as much as they should like cheese. And when
Be like a car wash, but for bikes.
yeah,
Who doesn't really like nachos? $1 million idea.
they have those, oh, like when COVID happened, some of the grocery stores had those cart sanitizing machines.
Children not liking cheese. They need to get tested. Hiding for what?
And then you could put your bike in it and it would sanitize your bike. So then, like, after I've made nachos 1,000,000 times at home, we go camping and I make nachos, and both the kids like freaked out of how good nachos were. I'm like, yeah, nachos are the best.
I've seen some cyclists got crazy hair going in puddles cause it will ruin all their bearings.
I tend to not care too much. Like, I wash my bike, but I'll go through puddles. I'll go through mud. The bearings on your bike are sealed pretty good. But you need one of those bike washes at your house. That would be frivolous. You put your bike.
Parking lot flooded and guy on MTV was asking how deep it was for 5 minutes. What cycle computer do you have?
I'm using this is the Hammerhead Karoo 2. I also have a Garmin 830, but I've been using the Hammerhead more often lately. Yeah, I know a few guys with the Wahoo head units. I'm a bit of a Garmin fanboy, and I own a bunch of Garmin devices, so I'm kind of in their ecosystem. So it's difficult to not use the Garmin head unit because the Wahoo doesn't sync to Garmin Connect, where like everything I own, my watch, my steps, my scale, everything syncs to Garmin Connect, so it's all like in one nice spot. But the Hammerhead, the Karoo, is just, it's nicer in general. It has a few metrics that it's missing, and it's missing the fact that it won't sync to Garmin Connect, but I use it more often.
I had a Twitch viewer offer me an old Garmin. I said thanks, but don't think I'll use it much. Did I make a mistake?
I don't know. I think if someone's going to offer you anything, you take it.
Been debating an 840.
Yeah, that's about the detractor for the Karoo, is the battery life is not spectacular.
I think they could sell M.
But I've done 6+ hour rides and the battery was still at 40%. So I mean, unless you're doing crazy rides, but the Garmin, the new ones like the 840 Solar, you probably get days out of it. I think I know the 1040 Solar.
1040 would be great because I'm damn near blind.
Yeah, actually that's the thing.
I know nothing about bike computers.
The Karoo, my eyesight is totally going, and the Karoo, the screen is intensely bright and colorful. It's basically an Android phone, and it's bigger than the 830 that I have. If I was gonna get a new one, it would probably be a bigger one, like a 1040. I used to be more about like, oh, you know, because the 840, it's like nice and small, and
You can even put Twitch chat into the Karoo.
you could.
Peloton did that.
I think the problem with the Karoo is it's working on an really old version of Android.
Solar is like $750 US.
Yeah, so expensive. So the problem is, as all of these apps are getting updated, They don't work anymore on the Karoo.
How quick do bike computers get outdated? Are they as bad in normal computers?
No. Well, so Garmin is kind of like Apple in a way. So what happens is Garmin comes out with these new metrics.
Nah, my Roam is fine.
And the metrics are only available on the newest, latest one. But if you don't care about those metrics, then it doesn't really matter. I have a Garmin 800 or 810 somewhere in a drawer, and I bet if I charged it, it probably would work just fine.
My brain bought a Phoenix and now the Garmin ecosystem is calling me. How many metrics can they keep inventing?
Yeah, well, not anymore. Like, it's getting less and less. Well, you think my Garmin 830, or no, I have a Phoenix 5X watch from 2017. So it's 6 years old. It's still awesome. It works fantastic. All right, it's Friday, and I'm going into no cell Friday zone. Or say Friday no cell zone. Probably gonna lose you in 10 seconds. What? That's amazing. This is the first Friday. Maybe because I left early.
Small blip. Bella box. 3,304, 64 milliseconds. Damn that bit rate.
Yeah, the older Garmins, they all work just fine. The GPS is still functioning. They do all the same stuff. Speed, distance, mapping.
I was getting 1,400, 1,800 most of my rides to Toronto.
Just for fun, I cranked the bit rate on the Bella box to 10K. Try it now. It should be showing like... That's always a bad spot, but...
Bella box. 10,465, 68
10,000.
milliseconds.
10,000. So much bits. Yeah, like some of the newer metrics on Garmin, they have that body battery thing where the watches like monitor your heart rate 24 hours a day, and you know, it can tell if you're fatigued or not.
That people who want to use their cell phones app is here stealing it all less than equal
Yeah.
greater than.
Getting all the bits, sucking it all up. But yeah, like my Phoenix 5 from 2017.
Isn't here, this is all the different route today.
No, this is like the normal route. I'm probably gonna go through the mall parking lot. Yeah, like my Phoenix 5 from 2017, it's got all the, it does steps, it does sleep tracking. At this point, I wouldn't mind if it broke, because if it broke, then I could get a new one. But I'm not gonna get a new one while it still works fine.
Do they ever do a trade-in type thing?
Sometimes. Actually, that's how I got the Karoo too. I had a Karoo 1 that I actually bought off their Kickstarter. Hammerhead had a Kickstarter campaign like 10 years ago. And I got the Karoo 1, and the original version, it was massive. It was this huge block, just huge. And so I never really used it because it was massive. I used it for indoor training because it does workouts really well. I can upload workouts into it and then it would control the trainer, and it worked awesome for that. But 2 years ago, or was it last year, Hammerhead did have a trade-in program. They'd give you up to $250 credit for your head unit. And so I didn't even pay $250 for the Karoo 1 as an early Kickstarter backer. So I was like, hell yeah. So I boxed it up, sent it in, and they gave me $250 for it. So I, paid a little bit extra and got this one.
Yeah, 200 off 500 doesn't make it seem all that bad.
Yeah, well, it wasn't, yeah, it's half price. But yeah, the newer head units, though, they're so freaking expensive. No, it seems like every new model that comes out is $25 more than the model that it was replacing. But people who are into the latest tech always buy
something fancy number chipset in it.
Yeah, all the so you could probably find a decent amount of used ones on the market. All the people selling their Garmin 830 because they all went out and bought an 840. Yeah.
I'm feeling attacked by that. Latest tech, comment.
No, I'm probably not buying the GoPro 12 unless it's freaking amazing. but probably not amazing. It's probably going to be just an incremental, a very small incremental upgrade over the 11. You're not a triathlete, are you, Frackberg? I find triathletes are the worst for selling and getting new tech.
Forgot who told me only buy odd numbered ones.
Yes. Well, you know, the 12 might be an exception, you never know, but the rule of GoPros so far has been only buy the odd one.
Oh, no, I am a couch potato.
Yeah, triathletes are pretty much the worst athlete. Is like they are all about the latest, greatest. You go on the triathlon forums, the buy and sell is littered with 1 or 2 year old things. Oh, you're probably like, there is so many 1 or 2 year old bikes, Garmin's, like everything. Cars in the bike lane for no reason. All the cars in the bike lane for no, hogging up all of the lanes.
Time to buy M super cheap and resell it marked up.
I only have one.
I wonder what DJI was thinking. I wonder what their thought process was of releasing a camera that's...
Why didn't you tell them off?
I always want to, and then I never do. Oh, lady, it was green. The bike lanes are the worst.
Or take a picture and watch them complain. Hey, go back. We passed the liquor store.
Was there a liquor store back there? Oh, I got the beer at home. I have leftover beer from the camping trip.
Now we gotta make Molotov cocktails. I have leftover beer from the 4th of July. I don't drink. I don't know why I buy it.
Yeah, I drink very rarely. Like, my wife doesn't drink either. And so, like, if it's hot and sunny, like, we'll have the occasional beer on a Saturday or two, but it's like once a month. If I go camping, that's about the only time. Camping, I drink a lot of beer. But after the course of about 6 days, I got tired of drinking beer, so I have some left over.
Have it in case you need to help kids go to sleep.
Yeah, in case I need to pass out because they're being too noisy. Oh, that's, yeah. That's pretty much it. It's like you eat breakfast and then it's like, oh, it's 9. Yeah, time for beer. But see, when you're camping, it's not crazy. Like, you drink a lot of beer, but you're not like chugging them back. Like, you'll drink throughout the day and then you're like, oh, I had 5 beer today, but it was like from 9 a.m. till 11 o'clock at night.
Just pre-gaming the carb load for when I return from camping.
Yeah.
Your mall still has stores in it. Mine is just an empty eyesore now.
Yeah, actually, this is the largest mall on Vancouver Island, and it actually is full of stores and people.
Oh neat. You still have Toys R Us.
We do have a Toys R Us. I think there's still a few of them kicking around. My kids are at the age now where they actually like to go to the mall, so I've been to the mall more times in the past couple months than I care to go.
Mine never got into that idea.
Hell yeah. Oh, yes. There's a couple. It hasn't been recent because I've changed up my route. But on my old commute route,
I don't ride trails, but that would probably bother me.
there was a couple people on e-bikes that passed super close, like not even a bike lane. We were just on a regular road and the road never had cars. And the guy would buzz me. Like I could feel his wind move my arm hair. And it was always on this sort of uphill section. And I'm not sure what he was trying to prove. Like, was he flexing his e-bike power? His unregulated, unlocked, super fast e-bike?
Saw a guy almost hit mom today, like, bro, move over, why do that?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like, why do you need to pass me with like 2 inches to spare?
Then mom told me that same guy yelled, on your right, and passed on the left.
Oh. That guy doesn't know. See, that's even more confusing and annoying. So your mom probably totally moved over.
It irritates the crap out of me.
Your mom probably moved left, and then he passed on the left after saying on your right. That's what. See, when I raced mountain bikes, if you were coming up to a slower person and you yelled on your left or on your right, they would typically get out of your way. In a cyclocross race, you have to stealth pass people, because if you say on your left or on your right, they'll move or they'll start trying to go faster. Like they'll move in to block you. So you just don't say anything and you just go for the pass when you can.
But that's also a race. I thought this street was called McGrill Law.
McGrill, yeah. Oh, that would be awesome if it was. I'd want to live on McGrill Street.
I have a normal street near me. Always wanted to buy a house there.
A normal street? Where do you live? I live on Normal Street. Go green. Go green. Oh, yeah.
That's totally gonna be it. He's on second skid all over again. Hi.
Hey, Sandoval Christian. How you doing today? I drink some water.
Sandoval Christian is now following.
Hey, thanks for the follow. It's hot. So, I don't think I can make it all the way up this hill, keeping the watts up.
How are you?
I'm doing awesome. It's Friday. It's a long weekend. I got off work super early, and I'm riding my bike. We'll see. Once it ramps up, I keep the watts as low as possible.
And now time for some heavy breathing ASMR.
Yeah, are you ready for it?
Says, while laying on the couch.
Okay, this part's still not steep. Can still stay under 200.
The guy with all the bags gonna make you look bad.
No, I'm gonna pass him, and then I'll probably go really slow, and then he'll pass me. Yeah, and he will make me look bad. All right, here we go. 300. I just need to stay just over 300. Not super high over 300, just over. Oh, it hurts already.
Oh damn it guys, is fully loaded. Like Canada.
It does. It does look like Canada. Oh, this hill's not getting over and done with fast enough.
No hills where I live. Makes me really bad at them when they do pop up.
Oh, there's so many hills here. The legs are on fire. Almost there. Oh my goodness.
I don't know, looks like a downhill to me.
Stupid GoPro. Oh yeah, it did. Oh my goodness. That was close. It was 180 heart rate.
Do you guys have a lot of roundabouts?
They're putting more and more in. We never had any. And now they're kind of putting them all over the place. Legs are on fire.
I found 2 to 3 around here. People are very confused how they work.
Oh yes. People are getting better here though. Well, as a cyclist, I like roundabouts. I don't stop at stop signs anyways. So roundabout is easy. It's freaking 30 degrees. Okay, let's get going. It's too hot to
The
stay.
first one I found was on a road that is 80 kilometers per hour and boom roundabout and everyone goes to 10 kilometers per hour.
It's one of those big roundabouts that you could go really fast on, and everyone just like freaks out and slows way down.
They're putting roundabouts in everywhere around me. I love them.
Well,
Massive.
yeah, like the big highway ones that. Well, I think the roundabout is the better of two evils because no one knows how to do a four-way stop anyways. So if they don't know how to do a four-way stop, then they may as well put a roundabout, and then people will be confused on that.
People get scared cause no one signal's getting out so people end up waiting around for no reason.
Yeah.
The problem is, no one here knows how to drive on roads that are.
You're not from Alberta, are you? Because that's Alberta. Alberta is hilarious. Wow, so clutch. He's from Alberta. You should look at some of his outdoor rides. They're perfectly straight, like rectangles. In Alberta, you could ride 60 kilometers.
Grid. Everyone slams the brakes and slows anytime a road actually curves.
Oh, like, yeah.
Damn you curved streets. I pay all the taxes, make them straight.
That's like where I used to live, had a very curvy highway. Very twisty, like racetrack twisty. And all the locals could just haul ass.
But I ride mostly in the cornfields.
But you get tourists from Alberta and they just could not handle the twisty highway. And so they'd slam the brakes on, go around the curve doing 20 kilometers an hour, and then floor it. So you couldn't actually ever pass them because when they floored it, they were going so fast.
And God forbid we put one of those rare hills in combo with the curve in the road.
Oh, hill and a curve? Look out. Oh, it is like 3:15, and I've already been riding for an hour.
You can do those cool jumps like in the movies.
Yeah. We had a hill where I grew up that had a dip, and you could totally get air in the dip.
Badlands here and you can actually get some air.
Getting air in the Badlands. Just like the rally drivers.
area, so no point going there anymore.
This is gonna be awesome. I will have done a 2-hour ride before my wife even gets off work.
Damn, still hour to go.
Yeah, this is crazy. I got off so early.
Does look like green on super short Swiss back at ABG 11%.
Nice, that's good. I don't go for KOMs or PRs anymore. I go for local legend status. That's like my claimed, that's what I'm going for. I'll get all the local legends on all of the... It's a consolation prize. Well, you're not fast, but you ride a lot. So we'll give you an award for riding lots.
Until you do more work from home.
Yeah, and then I'll lose all my local legends.
Hey, I get those. The only calm I ever had was on a relatively new segment. It didn't stand long. Lol, it's 0.17 kilometers and you gain 20 meters.
Yeah, I've done some segment hunting before. I have a couple KOMs when I was in my more svelte days. There's a couple where you'd wait till it was really windy and you had a massive tailwind and you just go for it and you get the KOM because you had a huge tailwind, and then pretty much no one else can get it unless they're a pro or unless they go back when there's a huge tailwind.
The people around me are claiming calms at 28 minus 30 miles per hour. I'm fat, never going to be that fast even with a tailwind. Short or not, I have no clue how people are ABG 30 kilometers per hour on 10 minus 11% hill.
Really skinny pro guys. Genetic freaks. Good.
Once tried to sprint into it at 5 meters, it was like hitting a wall.
Yeah, that's the problem. I always get excited and go too hard too soon. I'm really bad at pacing myself for, you know, a 1 minute effort.
One of my favorite spots, the overall calm, is held by a 5 feet nothing, 105-pound woman. It cracks me up watching my buddies try to beat it.
If it's like a super steep hill, some of those ladies can go so fast. I'm not gonna, there's in our time trials we used to have, our time trial course is very hilly, and there is this hill section, and I totally caught this 9-year-old girl, and I caught her, like she started minutes ahead of me, and I caught up to her right at the bottom of the hill, and then she proceeded to beat me up the hill. And she was on her commuter bike with a bike rack. It was pretty tough. I was going as hard as I could, and she's pulling away up this hill. Oh, look at these blackberries.
That seems like a well-destined sidewalk bike lane.
Yeah, it's actually, it's not a bike lane. It's pedestrian only type deal. So I was being extra kind, so I don't get called out for
everything is a bike lane. The hooligan cyclist taking over the routes.
Yeah, that's pretty much right. I go where I want.
My in-person meeting on Monday is roughly 19 miles away. I'm kinda tempted to try and ride there.
19 miles? Yeah, that's not bad.
My work commute was super short, 4 kilometers I think long. Due to the route, I think it'd probably take me over an hour and a half.
Yeah, 19K, what's that? 26 kilometers? 27 kilometers? I find I average on my commute around 18 or so.
30.58.
30.58. Well, yeah, that's probably about an hour and a half if you don't want to get too sweaty. It's hard to compare.
Bike trail for most of it, so it's pretty winding.
Hard to compare too, because if you don't have a lot of hills, you can go so much faster. It's Do you see some of Barty's rides that he posts? 300 kilometers with 500 meters of elevation gain. And he's averaging 28 kilometers an hour. 0 hills. Alright. I hope they've finished the construction down here.
Hey, my 80 kilometers ride at the end of the month has less than 150 meters.
Oh my gosh, 150 meters, man? I've gone 180 meters. 187 already. And I've gone 21.5 kilometers. My ride to work has over 200K or 200 meters of elevation. It'd be awesome, I think, to ride in a place that's semi-flat.
I'm shooting for a sub 3 hours goal for it.
Yeah, 80 kilometers, 150 meters. That's under 3 hours. Yeah, that's doable.
So about 27 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, that's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. Now achieve the speed limit. So I'm going to ride in the middle of the road.
I always ride in the middle of the road. Considering the east-west is very flat on the elevation is going north-south.
Construction. Look at that, they built a nice sidewalk.
Take off, you old. Copy, am I clear to send to you?
Send for it.
No smoking on the job, lady.
3-4 Bronco.
My seat's like a little bit too high to comfortably be stopped this long.
200% she throws that cig on the ground after she's done.
Oh, I bet yes.
You can touch the ground from your seat.
I can barely tippy-toe from my seat. So if I'm standing here any longer than 5 seconds, it's annoying.
You received my last?
Less talking, more working.
Are you clear?
No, I have some guy that's trying to park in a spot that he can't park.
Oh, gotcha.
And he almost ran over me, so I'm a little frustrated.
No worries. The ball's in your court whenever you are ready to send. Go ahead.
Oh, they're
Lady,
laughing at this
we've
guy.
got comms to grab. Let's go.
That guy's trying to park in the construction zone, and she's told him that she can't park in the construction zone. So he moved like 100 feet down the road and then pulled over, and they're like,
What are they even doing? Oh, naked guy to the rescue.
Yeah, totally. Oh, I got tip over the bike.
Why are they only letting that direction go?
I don't really know, and I think it has something to do with that
Call the
dude.
cops.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Almost got the SUV.
Almost. I was super close.
Now Henry's gonna get delayed. I hope that lady is happy.
Oh, no. I thought they would be farther along with the construction. I haven't been down here for about a month. I was gonna run the light. Oh, and I'm in like the wrong, hardest flipping gear. A lot of people at this beach today. Oh, it's... You cannot get out this way.
Are people swimming in that mud?
It looks like there is people swimming in the mud. It's pretty low tide right now.
Is metal detecting a thing there?
Maybe. I haven't really seen too many people doing that. Not really at the beach too often though.
house for $5 million hairs.
Yep. Yeah, there's some pricey ones. If you can see the ocean, that adds $500,000.
Yeah. My house will be great when my kids move out and I can fix all the things.
Yeah. My wife and I had talked about renoing our house in 2023. You know, it needs to use some new carpet, some new flooring. I personally would like a new kitchen. But then we're like, why bother? Like, the kids wreck all the shit. If we reno,
The house was good when we bought it. The kids were small. Now I have 4 adult-sized people here and it's a bit rough.
yeah, that's like our house.
Old house, but it's so much work and so much money.
So our house was built in 2008, and we bought it in 2010. And it was awesome because it's just like, it's brand new. But yeah, now it's 13 years later. The house is 15 years old. And there's just, you know, it's nothing bad. It's just wear and tear. And the house was built as a spec house. So they
Mom's
didn't,
house was built in 80s.
we're on night shift. Low.
VOX 499 1175 Ms. Scene switched out to live. VELAVOX 1763 milliseconds.
It's like the weirdest spot to go low.
We kinda redid the kitchen BT, that's still almost 20 years ago.
Well, we figure anything that we do now is gonna get way more wear and tear, and we're probably gonna have to do shit again when the kids leave. So we're like, we'll save the money, wait till they leave.
In fact, I rode ATVs through this area before they put the neighborhood in.
Oh, that's cool.
What a lot of people seem to be doing is demo a 2,000 square foot house and make a 4,000 square foot house in its place and try to sell and leave.
Yeah, where that's where you are, Dimitri, that's totally what goes on. That's 100% normal.
Not a lot of that here. Just companies buying up all the homes to rent them out.
That sucks. Driving the prices up.
See it more and more in even older areas with tiny bungalows but massive plot of land. My neighbor is paying $2,500 per month to live in the exact same house that I live in for $750.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, it's tough when that's a lot of cases. It's cheaper to own than it is to rent. But you got to come up with a down payment to actually purchase the house. I know in Canada, they're making the rules harder and harder.
that house. Make it foreign for locals to buy and then complain about foreign investments.
Yeah. Well, I know in BC, they got a lot of rules now where it's, if you can't have your house empty, otherwise there's a tax. Because that's what was happening, is you're getting a lot of foreign investors buying up houses in Vancouver, you know, for real estate speculation, driving the house prices way up. Yeah, and then the houses are empty. I read a few articles though. It's kind of funny because there's like college kids now are renting monster mansions because they're empty. So the foreign buyer has to have it rented or they pay huge taxes. They're renting it to college kids and you'll get 10 kids all renting this 6,000 square foot 4-car garage house, but then each of them all just pays $500 a month. So in some situations it's working out.
So time.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The foreign buyer thing didn't really hit here. It was mostly Vancouver. It hit Vancouver super hard. There was a house over. You can tell when the real estate sign has no English on it. You're like, that person, that agent is definitely aiming for the foreign buyer market.
Figures it will be bigger cities in Canada that seems to be Vancouver and Toronto.
Well, that's what, because a lot of it was like, say, real estate speculation. They artificially inflated the market, and then people were like selling their houses and making millions off the house due to the market going so high. So, but what happened now, though?
Not sure how Quebec is.
Yeah, who knows about Quebec? Why are all the lights today super long? What is going on?
I am gonna go grab dinner. Have a good long weekend.
Hey.
Not sure if you plan to stream more.
I'm going, yeah, probably not this weekend, but
Next month.
oh, you can go visit Dimitri. Probably for work. Because who goes to Toronto for fun?
problem with no hills here means no downhill fun like this.
Yeah, the downhill is definitely worth going up the hill for. That was fun.
Not sure how much longer you're gonna be out for, but Panda_Sam was out biking in Japan if you're looking for race suggestions.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm probably maybe 30 more minutes, I think. I was trying to hit the 2-hour mark, but
I did 80 kilometers back in June that had 1,000 meters of climbing. I hit 70 kilometers per hour on one downhill section.
oh,
It was a good time.
that's fun.
Later, y'all, see you around the Twitch world.
See you, Dimitri. Thanks for stopping by. It's hot when you stop. Too hot. Getting thirsty for the beer in this heat.
Hand waving.
Hey, WT, how's it going?
Eyes. Kangaroo.
So low tide, I don't even know how some of those boats get out of here.
hard to get good help these days.
Covered boat parking. Wow.
That's for the fancy people. I think you pay big bucks for the covered boat parking. And this is where we were this morning. Let's finish this water.
I'm sure. Slips on the nearby lake are almost as much as my mortgage. Covered would probably be my mortgage and car payments.
Yeah, and then the boat is the cost of your house. On top of that.
That's why the only boat I've ever considered is a kayak.
Yeah, I have kayaks because that was the cheapest boat, the only boat I could afford.
That's such a nice view though.
It really is, isn't it? Everyone's always so busy, you don't stop to appreciate.
Is this ocean?
Yes, this is the ocean. This is in between. So we're on the east coast of the island. So that island there is a small little one, Protection Island. There's another island over there, Gabriola. Then it's open water just on the other side of these islands all the way to the mainland. So we're on the east coast of the island, and over the water is the west coast of Canada. So we're on the east coast of the west coast. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, but mostly because I was looking at a map while you were talking. Where is Dimitri with the air horn when we need it?
Yeah. Brr.
I'm so sorry. Jack, buddy, you gotta watch out. You gotta stay on the side.
Put that thing on a leash.
Cute kid.
I preemptively saw him going for it, and I'm like, I'm gonna start slowing down. At least the parents were apologetic. These days it seems like the parents would be like, oh my god, what are you doing, crazy cyclist? You almost like ran over my kid. And it's like your kid's on the biking side. Oh man. Oh, there are some food trucks down here that smell so freaking good. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry.
A food truck. Got to love the roach coach. For some reason it surprises me how many Dodge and Ford trucks I see on your commute.
Well, there's a GMC. Oh yeah, there's a lot of trucks. Everyone has a truck. Everyone here has a truck, regardless of whether they need a truck or not.
I mean, I drive a Tacoma, so I'm not blameless.
We have a 4Runner, but we still call it a truck. Oh, green.
Although, I put a whopping 3,000 miles on it last year.
Yeah, we used to put a ton of kilometers. The 4Runner was the only vehicle we had. We were like a one vehicle family.
Most of those
And then
were
about-
good for my wood shop.
About 4 years ago, we bought a used Nissan Leaf that we do most of our driving with. So the 4Runner, it just gets, if we have to use two vehicles, or if we have to go on a longer road trip, or towing the trailer.
We do most of our driving with my wife's Camry hybrid.
Yeah, that's the same as what we end up doing. So the 4Runner got a crap ton of kilometers on it till 2019, and then now it pretty much just sits in the driveway. Which is fine though, because being the Toyota, it'll probably last now for the next 30 years with the amount of kilometers that gets. Like it's just freshly broken in now. dude parking in the path and then giving me the stink eye. Oh man, it is getting so hard to keep those intervals up. I got no gas left today.
It's Friday after vacation. I'll forgive no gas. Fine. Hello there.
Hey, Plague Doc, how's it going? Oh,
Nice setup for IRL biking.
hey, thanks. I try. It's like version.
How did you get it to read out our comments?
I have an app on the phone that's right here, and it's reading out Twitch comments with text to speech, which makes it way easier because I don't have to sit there and stare at my phone the whole time.
That is dope, actually.
And then it's kind of like having a conversation. I'm having a conversation.
Well,
Yeah, apparently I got to move the speed over because it's blocking. I go too fast. The speed works good because then you can kind of tell when I'm going up a hill because the camera lies. The camera says it looks way flatter than it actually is.
you may want to remove the map just to stop trolls.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Just call me out like Ado CDD.
If someone wants to come find me, they can go right ahead.
I was more talking about swatting and such.
Oh, yeah. Is that a big thing? Maybe if you're a huge streamer. Oh, pizza.
Trolls will troll anyone on here. Like Ado CDDB is now following.
Hey, Blake, thanks for the follow. Oh, it's hot. It is hot.
get your setup for next year. I love the speed and the text-to-speech.
Yeah, no problem. I say it's been a long time. This is like version 6.0 of the setup.
I think it would be fun to have a setup like this, but my rides are so boring.
It's funny you say that because I think my rides are super boring. Because, I mean, the city I live in is not very huge, so, and the cell infrastructure.
Well, it's more like highway driving mall.
Yeah, the cell infrastructure sucks here, so it's.
Lol, my rides are all cornfields.
For me, it's on the commute, you know, going to and from work. It's just nice having people to chat with.
That's why I stream my workouts. The heckling makes it more fun.
Yeah, oh, for sure. When I race on Zwift, I'm notorious for quitting and then unquitting during a race. When I was racing ZRL and WRL TTs, my teammates would say the race hasn't started until Lee's quit at least once. I mean, so pretty much every race we'd get about halfway through the race, and I've taken a lot of turns on the front, and I'll be like, guys, I'm done. I can't hold on to the group anymore.
I think riding IRL would be interesting just because it's just talking and seeing everything around passing and such.
Yeah. Well, I tried.
It's such a beautiful place, damn.
I try to, I'm going with like the chill scenery stream. Yeah, this is the, I got a GoPro with the media mod on a RAM mount connected to the top tube of my bike. And then I have HDMI out to a Bella box. Well, it's a Jetson Nano running Bella box software. I've been meaning to do a little write-up on Doc's Discord, but I keep forgetting. I was gonna do a few more efforts, but I got nothing in the tank anymore. I'm done. I think I'm gonna end up short my goal for the week, but oh well, I'm tired. It's funny how quickly your muscles go from like, yeah, we can do this, to no, I'm done. No more efforts. Elevation hasn't even really been too outrageous.
All right, I am off. The wife's B-day is today, so we are heading to a restaurant.
Oh, yummy. I'm so hungry. Enjoy birthday dinner. Tell your wife happy birthday.
I made burgers.
Oh man, I'm so hungry. My body is confused.
I did a 65-minute zone 3 workout today, so burned 810 calories, so I should be good to eat anything on the menu.
Yeah, definitely should. That is a good workout.
My FTP is only 155, so my Z3 is 130 watts.
Hey, that's still, if you're Z3 is Z3.
But still, for me, my legs were done.
Yeah, that's still zone 3, so
Enjoy the rest of your ride.
Hey,
You'll
thanks.
try to catch some more when you're live.
Thanks, and enjoy your dinner. Go get them burgers. sport.
$2 per pound blueberries would have me stopping.
Yeah, actually, they have that sign up all the time, and they weren't there yesterday, and I made sure to look, and the lady's got tons of them. So when I go home, I'm totally gonna get my car and go back and buy some. Actually, my wife will probably, she had cash yesterday and she was gonna stop and buy some, but they didn't have any, so I'm sure if she sees them there, she'll stop. I'm gonna have the blueberry poops this weekend. Oh, there's one last hill. Oh, geez. Oh, that lady in her e-bike. Look how fast she's going.
Sets up on the local MUP with a blackberry stand. Gets me every time.
Oh, yeah, I love berry season. Okay, thank goodness that was over. All right, who is on the raid? Oh, let's go RX Rob. He's riding his bike outside too. Well, thanks everyone for stopping by. Appreciate the company. Everyone have a freaking awesome weekend.
Have a good night, Zeke.
Hey, thanks, Rackberg. You too. Oh, I'm just so gonna. As soon as I get in the door. And yes, definitely getting the blueberries before the rush hour happens and she sells out.